Mr. Claver Gatete, Under Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa, Under Secretary General and Special Advisor on Africa, Mrs. Cristina Duarte, Under Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, Department of Economic and Social Affairs, Mr. Lee Junha, Excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be with you today, and I thank the UN Economic Commission for Africa and the workshop co-organizers for inviting the United Nations Office for South-South Cooperation to this very pertinent voluntary national review event that promotes and facilitates learning and exchange of experiences on the VNR process. I also wish to commend the 15 African states currently engaged in the voluntary national review process in preparation for the upcoming 2024 High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development. It is remarkable that with this cycle's conclusion, all African states will have completed at least one review, a clear sign of the continent's dedication not only to the VNRs, but also to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the African Union's Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. With Agenda 2030's midpoint upon us, and following the UN Secretary General's report stressing the urgent need for enhanced efforts to quicken progress, it is essential, especially for countries in the Global South facing the brunt of the global crisis, to take coordinated and intensified actions. South-South and Triangle cooperation are important cooperation modalities that can be leveraged in the implementation of Agenda 2030. And these forms of collaborative engagement have been acknowledged by the member states at international assemblies, including the BAPA Plus 40 High-Level Conference on South-South Cooperation, the 21st session of the High-Level Committee on South-South Cooperation, and most recently at the Third South Summit that took place in Uganda. At the core of South-South and Triangle cooperation lies knowledge exchange and fostering partnerships. The VNR process embodies these by facilitating experience sharing and rallying support for actualizing SDGs. Hence, the VNRs are intrinsically linked to South-South cooperation and form an essential part of tracking our advancement towards the 2030 Agenda as well as Agenda 2063. However, acquiring adequate SDG data remains a primary challenge globally, particularly across countries in the Global South. Member states in various resolutions have raised this for our action. And our office, the UN Office for South-South Cooperation, worked with a group of friends of the VNRs, co-chaired by the permanent missions to the UN of the Philippines and Morocco, to develop a handbook that will guide the integration of South-South and Triangle cooperation perspectives into the VNRs. The handbook is a comprehensive guide highlighting best practices and addresses, among others, the challenge around data gaps. It complements existing resources, including those offered by UNOSSC. We launched this handbook on the sidelines of 2023 High-Level Political Forum, and you can find it on our website. Countries have been integrating South-South and Triangle cooperation into their VNR's processes through twinning to facilitate the sharing of experiences, best practices, lessons learned, and the mobilization of multi-stakeholders. For example, in its 2023 VNR report, Rwanda identifies twinning through South-South cooperation as one of the measures to be adopted in enhancing its SDGs generation and utilization capacity. Uganda's 2020 VNR report highlighted data on South-South and Triangle cooperation support from different partners countries, including China, Republic of Korea, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. From the other regions of the Global South, and with the support of UNOSSC, Mongolia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan began their first Triangle Cooperation Initiative in 2022 in relation to voluntary national reviews. They exchanged good practices on social policy reforms, data analysis, and stakeholder engagement. Speaking on this arrangement at the 2023 High-Level Political Forum side event, government officials noted that the arrangement cascaded beyond the VNR process to create lasting friendships, enabling the engaged countries to collaborate in other areas as well. These are just a few examples that showcase how South-South and Triangle cooperation can be harnessed in the VNR processes. And beyond the VNRs, we recognize that the importance of voluntary local reviews and SDGs localization and the critical role that they play in bringing multiple stakeholders closer to the decision making. Countries like Zimbabwe, that undertook 4 VLRs in 2023, could offer valuable insights into the process to other countries through South-South and Triangle cooperation to enhance critical SDGs localization and experience exchange. Our office, the UN Office for South-South Cooperation, stands ready to support member states in close collaboration with other UN entities to integrate South-South and Triangle cooperation perspectives into the preparation and presentation of their respective VNRs. I thank you.